All right, there's Stitch Pink 2020 Block 29 called Twinkle Twinkle. I like that one. Very, very pretty.
Hi, I'm Debbie with Rocking Chair Quilts, and I'm back today for Block 29 of Moda's Stitch Pink. Twinkle Twinkle is the name of this block. So this has a lot of little triangles, so we're going to put some triangles together and make some little units with those. So the first thing we're going to do are make some half square triangles, and it says to make 12. However, you've got different color squares to use. So with our half square triangles, we're putting C's with D's, or C triangles with our D triangles. And we want to make 4 of the medium with the light. Oh my gosh, can't pick them up. There. We want to make 4 in this color combination. And we want to make 8 with this color combination. If you use the colors that it had you cut them.
So that they both have the light in them.
They both use the light because the light is D. There's only one color of D. And so the C had 2 different colors.
All right.
So if you can look at this diagram, you can see that there are other units made with the light triangles, but there are only 4 of those. And there are 8 made with the darker ones.
Okay.
So go ahead and do that. Come back and I'll show you what to do next.
Sounds good.
Okay, I've got my triangle, half square triangle units made. Trimmed them to 2 inches. I really didn't trim off a whole lot, just little slivers again. Now the next thing we want to do is make a triangle unit like that. And we're going to make 4 of the medium ones and 8 of the dark ones. And you notice we have some C triangles left. So what we're going to do, I'm going to add those. See if I'm putting them the right way because I'm upside down here. Does that look right?
It does.
Okay. So what you want to line up is this right here. So it's going to overlap at the top. So your 1/4 of an inch, flip that out. And like I said before, we're going to make 4 of the light ones. And we're going to use the dark pink when we have the dark half square triangle. And
you did so good. There
I know. It was too good to be true.
There you are.
We're going to make 4 of these. We're going to make 8 of these. And it says, we don't trim those. It just said make sure that you have at least, your 1/4 of an inch past your little point right there. It said be sure and watch that. So go ahead and do those and I'll show you what to do next.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, so I put these together. And the next unit we're going to make is a unit with, I called it a triangle square unit. And I went ahead and took notes of how many half square triangles of each color I needed to make, how many triangle units I had to make of each color, and then how many triangle square units, because some of them have pink, some of them have white triangles, B triangles on them.
Okay.
So for this one, you're going to make 8, sorry, it says 4 and I said 8. You're going to make 4 dark with pink triangles. So we're going to put 4 like that. We're going to make 4 dark with white triangles, just like that. And then we're going to make 4 light with white triangles.
Okay.
So
you must have 8 of these.
Yes, we already made 8 of the dark ones,
okay,
the triangle units, and 4 of the medium, with the medium C square.
Do you have any leftover squares, or if they just do it?
No.
Okay.
These will be all used up. And it said to trim these to 3.5 inches. Well, I've already sewn some, and I measured them, and they measured 3.5 inches. And it just says, be sure and watch that you don't cut your point off when you sew that on. And if you sew it from this side, I lined up that tip there, but I mean they match really well. Of course, then I don't have a matched of it. They line up pretty good, actually. So when you're sewing, I sew from this side, and I just make sure I go just to the right at that little
To the seam allowance side of that
to
point.
the seam allowance side of that little point. If I go
Yep.
over here on this side,
You
I'm going
lose
to
it.
cut my point off.
Yep.
If I go right there or a little bit past it, I just try to stay 1/4 of an inch, and I
Okay.
usually pin it so my little ends stay together. That's what's not. So you go ahead and sew those, and then you're just going to lay them out to make your block. So
Okay.
I'll kind of use these that I haven't sewn yet as, and we'll go ahead and just lay our block out. So the 4 with the dark and the pink are going to be in the center of our block. It's going to kind of make a pinwheel with the light. And this way. So see, when
Looking
after I
good.
set that together, you're going to kind of have a little pinwheel going there.
Mhm.
Then on the top, I'll go ahead and put this one up here. That one, and then the dark with white. And we're going to have the whites together on the outside ones. And then we'll use our A squares also.
And those are your corners.
Yeah. These
Okay.
are my corners. So we're going to have it. So now it's just a matter of looking at the picture. And my light.
It's kind of a star with attitude, isn't it?
It is the star. Twinkle, twinkle. So, I would check this diagram again and make sure I've got them kind of all going in the right direction. It's going to look a lot better when it's put all together. But I'd sew them together by rows, and then I'd sew my rows together.
Okay.
And then it doesn't have any sashing or anything on it. It should measure 12.5 inches square.
All right.
So there you go. Block 29, Twinkle, Twinkle. We're almost to the end.
Almost to the end, and that brings something up that I've been meaning to say. If you have another project that you want to tell us about and would like us to do a sew along, we would be happy to take into consideration any of your ideas. So just send a comment of ideas of something else that you would like a sew along, because we've had a lot of fun with this. All right, thanks.